Hey, Brewtubers and YouTubers! Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Drinking myself some coffee. This is day number 26 of my sobriety, so it's getting there slowly but surely. So just another 4 or 5 days, and I can enjoy a brew again. And then a quick shout out to my Red Wings. They were definitely underdogs in the NHL playoffs, but they progressed to round 2, and game 1 is tonight against Chicago, so I'm hoping for the best. And also about sobriety, again, congrats to you guys that have finished it. Like I've said before, Harry, Man Bear Pig, good luck to all you guys that are on it. Kevin, Christian, keep up the good work. Especially you, Christian. Man, that is just still amazing. And Kevin, good work with yours too. Fraser, I know you want on it, so good luck. So Q, I know you're doing something too where you're only drinking like 1 day a week or something. I'll have to see your updates this week on that. But if that's the case, good job and keep up the good work. And anyone else that's thinking about doing it, go ahead and give it a shot if you want. It's up to you, obviously. It's definitely good for your body to give it a refresh. So, nonetheless, I'm not going to go much more on it, but everyone keep strong that's on it, and congrats to everyone that's finished it. Let's see here. What do we got? I'm going to show you a quick update of my IPA that I'm working on. I showed you guys previously that I brewed up a big IPA. It ended up being, I'll show in the video, somewhere around 8.3, 8.4 ABV. And it ended up fermenting a little bit lower than I thought it would, according to numbers. And it's going to end up somewhere around 83, 84 IBUs, somewhere in that area. And I got to say, man, it just smelled amazing. So unfortunately, I'm on sobriety, so I wasn't able to do a test sample, which was a bummer. But I'll clip over to that real quickly, and then show you a quick yeast starter of my next brew coming up, and I'll get to that. Okay, my big IPA, as I've been calling it, it's been in primary fermentation now for 13 days. And this, every day for the past 3 or 4 days, this has been slowing down quite a bit. And now it's down to the point where it's every 20 seconds or so. So I'm going to crack it open today and take a reading, see where we're at. Alright, let's give this a whirl and see where we're at. Went over a little bit, that's okay. Let's see if I can move to... Come on, focus. See if I can spin this a little bit. Okay, so it's what, 1020? 1002, 4, I think it's 1006. Wow. Okay. Again, this thing's having a hard time focusing, but it looks like to me we're at 1006, which is plenty fermented down. Really has a hard time focusing on this stuff. Anyhow, I'm not going to go on that too much longer, but yeah, from what I can tell, we're at 1006, so we're ready to dry hop. Here's a quick look at the beer, and it does smell really good. So what I'm doing right now is I just got this propped up nice and high, sanitizing my siphon hose and siphoner, and then I let this guy soak in Star Sand for a good 20 minutes or so, and then I've just got this flipped upside down. I know Star Sand doesn't hurt anything, but I still try to get as much of these bubbles out as possible. I don't know that I'm going to get a whole lot more out, but I'm going to go measure my hops now, and then I'll flip this guy over and then start the siphon. Okay, and I'm doing 2 ounces each of Cascade and Centennial for dry hopping. What? Okay, that's just confused me there a second with the Alright, so there's 2 ounces of Cascade. That's the Happy Union Cascade I've been using. Now we'll do the 2 ounces of Centennial. Oh, this thing's wigging out on me. Oh, mercy. What is going on? Alright. So it looks like we're at 4 ounces. I don't know what was going on there. I've gotten as much star sand as I can possibly get out of this thing. It's been sitting upside down for quite a while, so I'm going to go ahead and get these hops in here, and then I'll start the transfer. Alright, so there you go. There's about 4 ounces of hops sitting down there. I spilled a couple and had to toss them, but there's still at least 4 ounces there, so I'm going to start my siphon now. Okay, and away we go. We are siphoning now. Be interesting to see how much I end up with, because originally I planned on 5.5 gallons in the fermenter, but as I showed you guys in my brewing video for this, there was so much hop residue in my boil kettle that the bazooka screen kept getting clogged up a little bit. So, next time, like I said, I'm going to definitely be using hop bags in that boil kettle, but be interested seeing how much ends up in here. Like I said, this definitely smelled really good. Unfortunately, being on my sobriety challenge, I was not able to sample what came out, what was in my hydrometer, which is a huge bummer, but by the time this guy is done dry hopping, I'm going to dry hop it about 10 days. That'll be just shortly right after my sobriety ends, and so I will be able to sample it during bottling day. Okay, here's what the bucket looks like now. See all the nice gook down there? But I am not going to be washing this yeast. I still have a couple jars of the 1056 yeast this came from. This was washed yeast I made this with too. So there's really no sense in me washing this one again, because I already have a couple jars. So on my last jar, when I use my last jar, then I'll wash that batch and then get some more. And then here's the final product. Let's see a nice, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch layer of hops on there. So this guy is going to be sitting here dry hopping for at least 7 to 10 days, probably more like 10 days. Somewhere between 7 and 10 days when I have a day to bottle is when I will siphon this guy off and get it bottled. But there you have it. There is my big IPA. I did the numbers. It's saying it's about 8.32%, where I originally figured it would be 7. It definitely fermented a little bit lower than I originally thought it would, but no big deal. There you go. Making an yeast starter. Here's what I plan on doing with that Centennial Blonde. You can see there's not tons of yeast down here, so I'm going to combine these 2 jars into this to make my starters for my 5.5 gallon batch. Alright, here's the yeast starter going. Here's a quick garden update, and good news and bad news. So we got nailed by a frost. You can see my strawberries survived just fine. But look at my tomato plants. We're going to have a couple real sunny, nice days. So I watered all this good. Look at the cucumbers. Not good. Let me flip around here. This is all the rhubarb I planted. These guys are pretty hardy, so I'm hoping they survived. But then look at the red and green bell peppers. So I watered all this real well today. I don't think my, if you look at my hops, trying not to block everything, but you know, this is my Centennial. They haven't moved a whole lot, but they also didn't turn brown and wither, which is good. And then, let's see if I can get a better shot, but here's my Cascade. They really haven't grown too much, but it could be because of the cold weather. So I'm hoping by watering this real well, and we're going to have a couple 75 to 80 degree days the next couple days, I'm hoping some of this comes back to life. But that's it for the garden update. Okay, there you guys have all my updates. As you can see, that IPA I'm hoping turns out awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. I love IPAs, and it's going to be nice if I can have my own staple IPA. What's my new brew? My new brew is going to be the Centennial Blonde that I've done before. That was one of my first all grains. I think maybe my second one. I'd have to go back and check. It's a recipe I got off of homebrewtalk.com. And it turned out to be a real nice beer. It's I'd have to go look back and look at the alcohol content. It may only be around 5%, so it's probably a really good session beer. And it's not overly hopped. It's probably in the 30-ish IBU range. And it's just a real nice drinking beer. I'd recommend you guys give it a shot. It's over on homebrewtalk.com under recipes. It's got tons and tons of hits. It's been brewed probably thousands of times and with all good reviews. And I used the Nottingham dry yeast when I first brewed it. Then I harvested that and then put it in the 2 jars like you guys saw. I'd never harvested dry yeast before, so this is definitely going to be an experiment. I'm assuming it should be okay, but neither jar had a real thick layer, so I just went ahead and combined the 2 like I showed you in the video. So that brew day, since I got my yeast starter on, I'm probably going to let that go for a good 24 plus hours. And then maybe I'll go ahead and throw it in the fridge and just see how thick of a yeast layer I have, and then go by that. And then, so based on that, I may shoot to, maybe I'll try to brew on Friday. So I put the yeast starter on this morning. I'll let that go through probably late morning tomorrow, and then I'll pull it off the stir plate and put it in the fridge, or I may even let it go longer than that. We'll see. And so, like I said, brew day will be coming up for that. And then my next brew day after that will be the smash beer. I'll be doing 2-row and then Centennial and Cascade with that. So I'll give that a shot too, and I'll probably use my 1056 yeast with that one. Other than that, I don't want to ramble on too much longer. I just want to say cheers. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. I look forward to watching all your guys' videos, and have a good day. Cheers.